Two plane tickets sit on the table. One says London, one says Austin. Both are real job offers on the table right now, not hypotheticals. In your other hand, a single paycheck, $3,000. Both cities show up on nearly every where should I move list right now. London for the career track and the historic pull of the city. Austin for the lower bills, the warmer climate, and no state income tax at all. So let's actually run the numbers. Here's exactly what that $3,000 does and doesn't do in each one. Convert it to pounds at today's exchange rate. £1 to $1.3456, and $3,000 becomes £2,229.98. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in central London right now is £2,244 a month. Not enough. Put it in dollar terms, and it's even starker. $3,000 against $3,019.53 in rent alone. You are short before you've bought a single grocery, before you've taken one ride on the subway, before you've paid a single utility bill. The entire monthly budget is gone, and you haven't lived yet. Now, to be fair, that's the very center of London. Move just outside it, and the number changes a lot. Rent outside the city center averages £1,735.71. That's $2,335.57 converted. And now the $3,000 budget actually covers rent with $664.43 left over. So location inside London matters enormously. The difference between the center and the edge is the difference between broke and comfortable. Now here's the part that flips the entire picture. Even before you leave the center of town. In Austin, that same $3,000, no compromise, no moving to the outskirts, covers a one-bedroom right downtown. Average rent there is $1,893.71. That leaves $1,106.29 in your pocket after rent in the center of the city with zero compromise on location. Over $1,000 left. Same $3,000, completely different endings. Numbeo's own estimate is that a single person in Austin needs about $1,190.60 a month for absolutely everything else. Food, transport, utilities, the whole rest of life. That leftover $1,106.29 alone covers 93% of it. A monthly transport pass in London costs $269.12. That's the price just to get around the city you're already struggling to afford. In Austin, the same kind of pass is $41.25. Over 6 times more just to get to work. Utilities in London, electricity, heating, water, the basics, run $385.35 a month. In Austin, it's $222.95. Now the groceries, and this is where the story actually gets more complicated, not simpler. A basic basket of milk, bread, eggs, chicken runs 14 pounds and 61 cents in London. Converted, that's about $19.66. That exact same basket in Austin runs $23.75, noticeably more. Austin costs more here. Eating out plays a genuine trick on you here. A meal at an inexpensive restaurant costs $20 in Austin. In London, the menu also says 20, but it's 20 pounds, which converts to $26.91. Same digits on the page, a third more money leaving your account. A gym membership in London runs $62.60 a month once converted. In Austin, it's $57.74. Even the small stuff tells a story. A cappuccino is $5.54 in London, $5.47 in Austin, genuinely almost identical. A cinema ticket is 14 pounds in London, $18.84 converted, against $15 in Austin. But rent and groceries are only half of the story. The other half is what actually lands in your bank account every month. Because a lower cost of living doesn't mean much if the paycheck is lower, too. The average monthly net salary in London, after tax, take-home pay, is £3,187.15. Converted to dollars, that's $4,288.63 landing in your account every month. The average net salary in Austin is $5,049.61, $761 more on average. Add it up, and the pattern is consistent. Cheaper rent, cheaper transport, cheaper utilities, and a meaningfully higher average paycheck. Austin wins on nearly every line, and the one exception being that basic grocery basket, which actually runs cheaper in London. Let's zoom out from 1 month to 1 full year. In Austin, $1,106.29 left over every month adds up to $13,275.48 a year, money that's actually available for savings, investing, or just living. In London, that same $3,000 budget doesn't just fail to cover rent for 1 month. Annualized, that's $234.36 short before you spend a cent on anything else every single year. Add the salary difference on top, and the average Austin resident brings home $9,131.76 more per year than the average London resident purely from take-home pay, over $9,000 a year. Picture an ordinary Tuesday in each city. In London, the day starts with a $5.54 cappuccino, then a transport pass that already ran $269.12 for the month. By dinner, an inexpensive meal out is another $26.91. And the month's rent was never actually covered in the first place. In Austin, that same Tuesday, a $5.47 cappuccino, a transport pass that cost $41.25 for the entire month, and dinner out for $20. Rent is covered, groceries are covered, and there's still over $1,000 left before the month is even half over. This whole video has been about one person living alone. What if you've got a family? Numbeo estimates a family of 4 in London needs £3,875.20 a month, excluding rent. Converted, that's $5,214.47 just for food, transport, utilities, and the basics before a single pound goes to rent. In Austin, the same family of 4 estimate, excluding rent, is $4,277.90. Nearly $1,000 a month cheaper, $936.57 to be exact, before rent even enters the picture. Still cheaper. One more gut check. What if the number wasn't $3,000 but $5,000? In London, $5,000 converts to £3,715.81, comfortably covering the £2,244 rent with £1,471.81 left. In Austin, $5,000 leaves $3,106.29 after rent, still comfortably ahead. The pattern doesn't flip, it just gets less dramatic the more you earn. So which one actually makes sense for you? If career trajectory, industry density, or being close to European markets matters more than what's left in your account, London's pull is real, budget aside. But if the goal is the same kind of job, more room to breathe financially, and real money left over to actually save, the numbers point in one clear direction. Same job, same $3,000, wildly different life. Let's run the full scoreboard one more time before you decide. On rent, London comes in at $3,019.53 a month. Austin comes in at $1,893.71. On transport, London runs $269.12 a month. Austin runs $41.25. On utilities, London runs $385.35 a month. Austin runs $222.95. On average salary, London brings home $4,288.63. Austin brings home $5,049.61. Austin wins 4 of the 5. One honest caveat before you screenshot this and start apartment hunting. These cost of living figures come from Numbeo, a crowdsourced database built from thousands of individual contributors, not a government statistical office like the ONS or the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That means individual listings can skew the average, and rent especially can move fast month to month. Treat every number in this video as a dated snapshot, accurate for July 2026, not a permanent law of either city. And every dollar figure in this video runs through that same £2,229.98 conversion, which only holds at today's exchange rate. The exchange rate isn't fixed either. Move the pound a few cents in either direction, and London's rent gap either closes completely or gets even wider than what you just saw. But at today's rate, on today's numbers, the math is the math. 2 tickets, 1 paycheck. In the center of London, that money doesn't even make rent. In the center of Austin, it covers rent and almost everything else. Only one of these trips actually pays for itself. The other one you're paying to visit. Not financial advice, just the numbers.